What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Zanny, joined by my co-host, D. Woody, and today we've got a great episode for you. Episode 52, going to be covering the Call of Duty weekend that just happened, Season 2 roadmap, and then obviously we're going to end it with our coin segment, Pick in Bands. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's get to it. All right, Dak, we've got some Season 2 of COD dropped today, and we got some CDL to cover, but obviously, as normal, before we get into things, how you been?
Been good, man. Just coming off second to last week of football season. Sad. It's kind of sad because I know that we're about to see the Chiefs and Eagles play for our final game of the year, so that's kind of tragic. But
the outcome that no one wanted, bro.
Yeah.
Literally no one but Chiefs and Eagles fans wanted.
Exactly.
Like,
so
do you think Eagles fans wanted the Chiefs?
No, hell no.
No redemption factor in that? They'd rather just play the Bills?
If I was an Eagles fan, I'd be way more scared of the Chiefs than the Bills.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. They just have the winning juju, but I guess.
Nah, yeah.
But I was just thinking more redemption from last year type shit.
Sure, but
I was heartbroken, man.
Yeah. But other than that, I've just been I've been on the Elden grind, starting. I did my new playthrough, and now I'm just fighting Millennia over and over and over. I think I've beat her 4 times now.
Let's go.
Every time I beat her, I just restart or I quit, so she doesn't die, and I can go back.
Oh.
A little tip I picked up.
Yeah,
a little tip I picked up from Gino Machino.
Gino Machino. I was about to say. I know you're gonna say. Bro.
Yeah. So.
Hey, but back to football real quick. Even though Josh Allen lost, Mahomes goes home to his wife, and Josh Allen goes home to Haley Steinfeld.
So who's the real winner here?
Who's the real winner here?
That's true. I don't feel bad for Josh anymore now that you say that. I forgot about that.
I saw someone, she was doing an interview for, I think she's in a movie. I think it's that Michael B. Jordan movie that the trailer just dropped today. Sinner. And I think she's in it with him or something. And she was asked about Josh losing, and she was like, he's the hardest worker ever. Every wife of an athlete says their husband is the hardest worker on earth. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
But I was like, guy, man, he could be going home to Patrick Mahomes' wife.
Yeah. So I guess he is the real winner in this situation, huh?
Yeah. And I checked to go bounce back to Elden Ring a little bit. I've been monitoring my email. I have not gotten anything.
Yeah, no, I think we're still waiting. I'm pretty sure it's an end of month, January 31st, February 1st.
I don't even know what I should be searching my inbox for, because I looked up Elden Ring and I looked up Night Rain, and I don't even have a confirmation you signed up email, but I'm pretty sure I did it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
fingers crossed with that one. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see. But not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into some Call of Duty here if you're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So we had the last week of Major 1 qualifiers here. As we talked about last week, some of these matches had some stuff riding on them. We had the first seed match was the last match of the weekend, which we'll get to. And then a lot of these teams were either fighting to hold on to a top 2 seed or ended up losing it. And one of the examples here, as we see the first match of the weekend, we had the Royal Ravens going up against the Vancouver Surge. The Royal Ravens end up falling 3-2. This one goes map 5. It was a Neslo for the side of Vancouver. And really it just came down to icing up in the S&Ds. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, Vivid didn't have the best series, but other than that, they were frying on the side of Royal Ravens. I feel like this whole stage has been looking good in Hardpoint, okay in S&D, or looking mediocre in hardpoint and looking godlike in S&D.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vancouver just icing up in the searches. 04 had a great series.
Great weekend for 04.
Yeah, great weekend overall. I'm not looking into those red numbers on Vancouver too much because, as we know, they won both S&Ds, dropped both hard points, and got outslayed pretty hard on the red card, I'm pretty sure. So, when that happens, we talk about all the time on this, that whenever you're winning both S&Ds, you're going to see some red carpet in there. But also this weekend, I think Nasty held his own very, very well. He only went -9, losing both hard points. So
yeah,
definitely a good series out of him and Hixie just pulling their weight. Abuza and 04 are your main slayers on this team. So
yeah, I'm glad to see Vancouver kind of turn it around. I like this roster. I mean, I like these players individually, and Nasty's had some moments this weekend. He was piping up at the right times, and 04 obviously we'll get to it, but he went insane in the next series. So just good things all around from Seattle or Vancouver, excuse me.
Yep.
And perfect time for them to pipe up going into Major 1.
I feel like I've finally, like, I haven't said Paris in forever. I now say Vegas all the time. So now this year it's going to be Vancouver and Seattle, like it was last year for Paris and Vegas.
Yeah.
So, Vegas finally graduated from Paris. They had to earn their graduation.
Yeah,
they made
did
them earn it. But the next match here, surprisingly going Game 5 was Miami versus LAT. Like I said, this went to a Game 5 surprisingly, and it was actually kind of a back and forth series. You had Miami getting shit on in the first hard point and then winning the map for Hacienda, but Hacienda Search, LA Thieves smoked them 6-2 in the end. Really good series across the board for the Thieves. Envoy struggling a little bit there, but when Hydra, actually comes and has a somewhat decent series, you're going to win that, especially when your ARs are going crazy.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel about LA Thieves going into this major? Because they're kind of up and down. I mean, they're still better than a lot of teams, obviously, but they're not as dominant as I thought they would be going into this major. So how do you feel so far?
Not at all. I don't know. I definitely think all 4 of these players get better on LAN. Like really.
Yeah.
Envoy, maybe, if you look at last year, maybe that doesn't exactly correlate, but he doesn't get drastically worse on LAN like we've seen some players, or just not show up. He's one on LAN, so we know he has the ability to do it, and he's got a ring, so we know he can do it. So I think I'd want to save like my final opinions till after the major. But even online, you think this team would dominate, and I think it is because they're losing those first blood percentages in search. Their search does not look polished. At all. It's very inconsistent, and they're just struggling on Hacienda as a map in general, which is actually very sub-dominant now, counter to what it was in Black Ops 4 because of that top hallway, and because you can go through that bottom secret, get up to the hallway, and get in that little outer spot, which is a close quarter engagement, turning a long hallway into a submachine gun fight. So it's weird because they're getting in scenarios where they can be winning these first blood percentages and turning them into round wins. But I think their saving grace right now is control. I think their slaying ability, and the fact that you don't have to read spawns in control just puts them in a straight up gunfight. But that's only against the teams that they're just out talented in. So when they go up against a top echelon team, if you don't have that swing mode and you're not consistent in search, you're going to lose every series. So.
Right. So, but yeah, I agree. I think they are going to get better on LAN, obviously.
I mean, you just look at those names. Like, I mean, you can't. I mean, Envoy's maybe the only one you can maybe say, I don't know, and just look at last year. Yeah. All other 3, though, there's no argument to whether they're better on LAN or not.
Yeah, and there are times in S&D where you can tell that they're kind of uncomfortable, or especially the subs, they just get a little flustered, don't know what to do in certain situations. So I think as the year goes on, they'll obviously get better. Nade Shot was saying, let them get their chemistry up, like just wait. And then, I mean, I think Hydra usually pipes up around split 3, split 4 anyways during the years. So it's early.
Yeah, especially with more talent around him. We're not going to see as much crazy, carry series as we did when he was teaming with New York.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see what that team looks like without him, right? Like, even when they have that same play style of a player, just, maybe not as talented on that team in Lens, like, you can still see that they need that. Like, he was holy shit. Like, he was fucking carrying.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Dropping like 1.4 on that roster. Yeah, like, I mean, it was actually insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely looking for them to be better on land.
Yeah, but shout out Miami. They made it interesting, for sure.
Yeah, was not expecting it to go 5, so they made what this first day was, not supposed to be the best. Saturday, definitely not amazing, but Sunday's really good. So they brought some entertainment early on. Rounding out Friday, we had Boston Breach going up against Atlanta FaZe. FaZe ended up taking this one 3-0 very convincingly. The map one was close, but the next two maps were not. Definitely did not have a 3-0 on my board. I definitely thought that Boston would be able to steal a map or maybe push it game 5. But FaZe came out shooting. Celium. Celium's without a doubt the best player in the game right now, in my opinion. And they were able to just go absolutely nuts this series. 6-1 in the search and 3-0 in the control. It was just dominant. They're continuing their form that they were in for the minor.
Yeah, I don't know what FaZe was on before the minor, but everyone was like, "What's up with Celium? Why is he not in MVP form? FaZe looks like shit." Blah blah blah. They're back. Like they're all the way back. Celium's fine.
Yeah, Celium. He's just playing with a lot more pace and a lot more confidence, and it's just showing.
Yeah.
He's everywhere on the map. He was a major cash respecter this weekend, to say the least. But on the side of Boston, no one positive across the board. They just got outclassed when it came to teamwork and just overall positioning. I mean, 3-0 in the control. That's just how it was a team diff at that point. So Boston, while they do maintain a good record over the split, they beat Optic early on, and they've shown, and we'll see later, another impressive win from them. But I mean, you got to, to be able to put yourself in a Sunday situation, you have to be able to step up consistently against these top teams, and this was not a good showing for that.
Yeah. So tough one for Boston. FaZe is in full form. They're looking good going into the major. Yep.
And luckily, they were 2-3 going into this weekend after the minor, which was really weird to see because they just came off a minor win, and it doesn't impact your standing for the major at all. And so, excuse me. So seeing that 2-3 record was really weird because there's a chance at losers bracket with that record if they don't win another match. And luckily, getting this dub here and the first one of the weekend, they secured winners.
Yep.
Going into Saturday, we had Vancouver again starting us off against the Minnesota Rocker. I'm pretty sure I predicted this one going 5. Just seeing these two logos against each other, something about it just screams map 5. And this was absolutely back and forth for the side of Vancouver, taking 1, 3, and 5. Round 11, S&D, and 04 having another banger of a series. And again, Nasty also coming up clutch. I mean, just look at the kills in this series. There is only 2 people below 100.
Insane.
These are just 2 teams that love to bang it out.
Yeah.
And it was a super fun series to watch. Just look at every map here. We had 250, 240, round 11, round 5, 250, 224, round 11. It was such insane. A fun series to watch. And unfortunately for the side of Minnesota, they did need to win this to get in losers or in winners rather. And Vancouver just able to stake out a 2-0 weekend, and this was the series that I was talking about earlier, where Nasty actually had a good weekend. When you have players like Nasty, carrying their weight and going positive, almost 15k damage throughout the series, like they're gonna look good, and there's one of those teams that can crack that top 6 echelon and maybe do some work on a Saturday to eliminate some teams earlier than you think.
Yeah. So fun fact: 04 kill record for a series. The record before this, I believe I read on Twitter, was 118 from Kismet.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds right.
4 people broke that record this series.
Yeah.
That is insane. And Nasty was 3 behind. Like, that is
Yeah.
insane, bro. This was
Yeah,
as
that's
long a series as you could have made it.
it was.
And
Skyline,
man,
Vault, Map 5. Like it was literally as many kills
2
as you
round
could think
11s,
of.
like that is
Yeah.
just insane. So
It
this
was a great
was
series.
hell of a series. Vancouver, hell of a weekend. They iced up round 11, and I'm interested to see what they do at the major now that
Yeah.
they got some momentum.
They quickly turned what was gonna on paper look like a boring Saturday
Mm-hmm.
into a banger. But unfortunately, the next match on the list, Vegas versus LAG, was very boring. It was a 3-0 for the side of LAG. I mean, not much to talk
Okay.
about on this one. I mean, they're still so behind, and we had King, who I didn't even know. I had a bet on Weasel, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, he's not in the
Yeah,
fucking
Weasel
game.
wasn't even in the game.
I know, I was tripping out.
Hey, King was
But
kind
if
of frying map 1 though.
no, yeah, he looked pretty good. He didn't look bad at all. If you're looking at all the 3 iterations we've already had of this Vegas roster, I'm looking at Xnid, Kix, King, and either
Low-key Doom been playing better.
Yeah, I
low-key.
think Doom's been playing good. So I would honestly go with that and see what you can work out. But if I'm LAG, I'm not taking anything from this.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not taking anything.
We
from
did
this
our
one.
predictions last weekend. You tried to give Vegas a map. I said, put
Mm-hmm.
some fucking respect on LAG's name. These are world champions.
Yeah.
Thank God they fucking proved me right, because I was going to
Yeah.
be so disappointed if they just
I
came
was
out
just
and
praying
made
for
it
them
a
to show up in the
series.
S&D like they
I
have been.
know,
So you're telling me
dude.
they're taking S&Ds off Optic and Carolina, but they can't take an S&D off LAG?
It had to be the
Come on.
roster switch, bro. Weasel was the glue guy. Weasel
He
held
must
them
have been
together.
the S&D glue guy, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, LAG,
yeah,
quick
boring
work.
match.
Good free win for them. They're still in losers bracket. That's tough.
Yeah. Then we get to the last match on Saturday. Good match here. Unfortunately for the Miami Heretics, they get reverse swept and their winners
Wah,
bracket
wah.
hopes are deleted. Not only
No,
do
they're in winners. They got to play Optic.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Rocker still.
Yeah.
Miami, Rocker needed Miami to win this match to get into winners, and Miami would go to losers. So unfortunately for Rocker, Miami lost this match, and Rocker were sent to losers. But this match was actually just a Tej masterclass. He was on one. Miami takes the first 2 maps, and then they reverse sweep them. They dominated in the Hacienda Hardpoint map 4, and then ended up taking it 6-4 S&D last map on Vault. Tej must have had some home-baked cookies. Apparently, that's what they've been doing. Apparently, Brian Saint, their coach, has been making cookies at home.
No way.
I think I heard that on the flank or on the Zuma watch party. I had heard some intel.
Dude, it was kind of a joke at first, but now I genuinely think cookies affect his performance.
And apparently that's like, they might have gotten an Airbnb for this Spain trip, and he's going to do it in Spain and make the cookies.
If Deej drops another 1.3, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Carolina advanced to 5-2 over the stage, and obviously they're playing in winners bracket, which we'll look at here after the matches. But they've been looking good. If they can fix their inconsistencies and search, I think they'll be a really dangerous team. And as far as getting better on LAN, we know Slasher's better on LAN. We know Tej isn't going to have a problem. Vivid, I think, is better on LAN. But last year, Gwyn got significantly worse whenever they went to LAN.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he was going nuclear in online matches, dropping 1.2s to 1.4s almost every match. And when you're in a locked-in zone and the other team's going in infinitely harder, it's bound to dwindle a little bit. So going from a 1.3 online to a 0.95 or a 1.0 on LAN, yeah, you definitely got significantly worse. But in this scenario, he's going from 0.85 in this series, and he's also had some really good
He dropped
series.
to 1.4 in the last one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's
so
gone from
he's-
0.85. We don't have the
he has his
consistency
moments for sure.
online. So we need to see what he can do on LAN this year, or else, they're going to see an early exit than most people have them probably.
Yeah. Last year was his first year on that stage. I think I
Correct.
think he trusts this team more. I think they're a
Yep.
better team. Just seem more cohesive. I think this is it. This is the year
I
that
hope so.
Gwyn finally takes that next step on land.
I would assume so as well.
Yeah, but
And then we
tough.
then we actually the next match, surprisingly enough, went Game 5. We had Atlanta FaZe versus C9. I'm pretty sure I predicted 3-0 for
Whoa, whoa,
this
whoa!
match.
Boston
What?
Breach versus LA
Oh, did I
Thieves.
skip one? Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Starting off our Sunday, we had Boston Breach versus LA Thieves. So coming off a disappointing 3-0 to FaZe, Breach actually are able to take this one against the Thieves. They take the first two maps. They get smoked on Hacienda Control 3-0, but they're able to take the Search and Destroy 6-3. We did have a long reset cheese for this map 5.
And
And
map
Boston kind of got
one.
screwed.
Map 1 had a reset, and map 2 had a reset.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
this was
fixed
a
this.
2-hour series. This was a
Yes, it
2-hour
was
series.
insanely long, but Snoopy was going absolutely crazy. The fact that they won this with Cammy absolutely stinking it up with a
Yeah.
point 0.5, 0.6, I'll give it to them. They're able to still clutch up in the map 5 and get it done, and they actually looked clinical. Watching their arrows on the minimap, Boston Breach's arrows on the minimap in Search, specifically that Hacienda map 5 was a work of art. I mean, they were getting their info, they were getting their picks, they were rotating off of it, they were playing mind games with Thieves a lot of the time, and were just able to close it out. And obviously Snoopy had an insane series, so
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Snoopy. He's proven the haters wrong.
he is going. So that's just a huge win for the Breach, and then it adds another question mark to that Thieves team, and I think it's more so credit to Boston, but also, I mean, if you're the Thieves, I mean, you gotta think they're only gonna get better, right? But at the same time, like, you're such a good roster. I mean, there's no way Rewind was that important to your
Yeah.
your overall game
Yeah.
plan. Like, they're missing Rewind bad right now because they're bad at Hacienda.
Yeah, big time. And again, I think it's just some, I don't know, just some fluky, just get me to land type of shit with them. They'll be all right.
Probably,
They'll be
yeah,
alright.
I agree. Second match on Sunday, we had Atlanta FaZe going up against C9 New York. Like I said earlier, I think it had FaZe 3-0ing this, but we go to map 5. It was back and forth, starting with FaZe winning map 1. Then they take maps 3 and 4, or 3 and 5. The first S&D went to a round 11 on Hacienda. C9 were able to take that. And one thing I wanted to mention is on the map 4, hardpoint on Vault, somehow Attach was able to get a 3-piece with a nade that blew up a car, and it was absolutely crazy. So they took that one 250 to 241. It didn't have any impact like on the end of the game or anything, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And Celium got a quad feed in this map as well,
Damn.
which was insane. And then they take the map 5 6-4, pretty clinical. BZ had a really good map 5. He was just everywhere, ripping openings that he knew were available, taking his timings. But again, Celium, best player in the game right now, 109 kills or 1.43, just going crazy.
Yeah, take a look at this map 1 here. Attach and Sib combined minus 25 there.
Yeah, we talked about it.
They were laughing at them on Zuma's stream. They were like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah, they were just
Like, they just genuinely
shit
looked
on.
lost.
I feel like the pacing for them, not necessarily their team's pacing and where they're positioned, just the pacing of the game in general, which I guess does coordinate back to their pacing as individuals, not necessarily as a team. I just feel like they're a couple seconds behind to where, like, that pre-aim across, where they're heady, they're pre-aiming this heady, but they're already 2 steps that way. They're like a second behind in terms of the pace of the game, and it's just not benefiting them. Sib's movement is so fucking bad, dude.
Really?
Yes, like, next time you're spectating Sib, just pay attention to his movement, because, like, that wasn't a thing. Like, he's never been someone like, oh, bad movement. Granted, he came in to a couple CODs that didn't have the biggest movement gap, like MW2 didn't have a movement gap.
Right.
MW3 just had slide canceling, so like there wasn't this centering that came with it. His movement is so dog shit.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
It's like bot like, bro. Like it's really bad.
Do you think it has to do with the server that they play on? Is he lagging?
No. I'm talking like his
this dude's just
movement.
straight
his
up
left
bad.
stick
Yeah.
is ass. Like he is ass with his left stick.
That's crazy.
Bro. And it's so inconsistent watching. Like he'll granted like dead slides happen, but like you'll just see the most bot like shit. I don't know. But yeah, they're definitely hinging.
Something's up with them.
They're both of them are hinging on a good performance at this LAN to save a roster spot.
Yeah, and they were saying one or both got to go. Attach and Sib, one or both.
Yeah, they're fighting.
Yeah, but shout out to Mac he's like Caleb Williams balling on the Bears still despite the dysfunction.
Yeah,
he's just still dropping 1.2s and chilling while they're getting shit on.
Yeah, and which is weird. I wouldn't have expected that, but
me neither.
Who knows? We'll see if they're able to. I mean, they kept it close. They went to map 5 against FaZe, got 4 rounds on the board, but weren't able to close it out. So let's see what they work on. They do have a good coach in accuracy, so
yeah,
we'll see. Attach does get better on LAN, so we'll see. And then the last match of the weekend of Major 1 qualifiers was the number 1 seed match. We had Optic going up against Toronto Ultra. Loser of this would be the 2 seed winner, go on to be the 1 seed. And Optic just took care of business. They lose the map 3-1, but other than that, they handled business across the board. Everyone positive on the side of Optics. Hook having a great series, dropping a 1.4 with 100 kills in 4 maps. He was doing whatever he wanted on that protocol. He was in their bottom dub, just wreaking havoc, keeping him in that P2 side spawn trap, and just going crazy. So
yeah,
Optic looked really good in this series.
Shotzi on Vault hardpoint and control sometimes, even though they lost this Vault control. That's just his playground, bro. When he gets moving, like he can get in flow so easy on that map. I feel like every time he drops a crazy number, it's like a Vault hardpoint 1.5 KD. Like he's just going crazy.
Yeah, he that's definitely his playground for sure. We've seen it since week 1.
Yeah,
of him just wreaking havoc on that map.
Yeah, him and Hook, man, they're vibing. They're when they get going, bro. Hook, he'll like start slow, and then once he gets on a roll, he'll just drop like 38, 37 kills. Like it's insane. Yeah. He's been dropping high numbers lately.
They were, people were worried, with that switch from Pred, just because Pred's a little bit more corner campy, head on chow, head glitchy sub, whereas Kyler definitely takes more fights, just as many fights as Pred, just more of a aggressively, and if anything, that's more of a faster play style, similar to Shotzi. So people were worried about that, but the thing about Hook is like he's always going to make the winning play, and whenever they're both trying to make the winning play, they're going to be playing off of each other accordingly. So I think that's why we're seeing it work out so well, and that's why we're seeing both of them taking turns frying.
Yeah. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, Optics looking good going into the major.
All right, let's take a look. Let's fill out our next wave Major 2 bracket and see who we have taking the whole thing.
Okay.
All right, we got CDL pick'ems here. So this is the official bracket. Start with Optic versus Miami here.
Another tournament starting. Oh, no, never mind. Their second game. Their second game.
Oh, yeah. But at the top.
Yeah.
Starting from the top. Optic, go ahead, put 3 up there.
Yep.
I don't even know if I'm going to give them one.
First series, you got to think.
Yeah, you got it. We'll give them one.
Yeah.
This next match, though. I see a game 5, and I see Carolina taking it.
Really?
They're just. I think they're a better S&D team.
Yeah, they are.
But I could also see a 3-1. I could also see a 3-1 for the side of Thieves. I think I'd actually go 3-1 Thieves, and they just drop the S&D.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean,
you got to think, just with all the talks about them, they're just going to come out and fry.
Yeah.
At least in the response. Okay. Toronto, Vancouver. This is a match right here.
This is definitely going to be an S&D. I think this is going game 5. Fuck,
Give me
I could see
Toronto.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Vancouver
Yeah,
is the hotter team, but
but
Toronto's
it's day
the better
one
team.
starting a major LAN.
Give me Toronto. Give me Toronto.
Yeah.
All right.
Then we got Breach Phase again, so we got a rematch. I'm gonna. You don't want to give Boston a single map? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. You got to think they bounce back a little bit.
Sure.
Let's go to losers.
Here we go. Losers bracket. Miami versus Gorillas. I'm gonna go Miami 3-1. Honestly. Okay.
Do we think that they win a map 5 S&D
Yeah.
on LAN?
I might go 3-2 LAG.
Low key.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah,
LAG
I'm down.
sitting down there hungry.
Yeah, and they're better on LAN.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, 3-0.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Falcons. Surge
Vancouver
Rocker.
Here we
Another
go.
one. Here we go again.
I think Minnesota gets revenge.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, 3-2 again. Long ass series again. Okay.
Yeah.
Cloud9 Boston.
I'll go. I think 3-1. Yeah, I think 3-1.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Then we got
You want to do this
LAG.
next one?
Yeah. LAG versus Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm gonna go 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
They might take the control, maybe, but I doubt it. I think they 3-0 them.
Yeah. Rocker Breach. On LAN, like this could be a spicy
chippy.
series. Who do I genuinely see? Making
see
a
Breach.
deeper run. Yeah, I do too. I kind of do
Breach.
too, bro.
I'd go.
I think it could be 3. I think 3-2.
3-2.
I think 3-2.
3-2.
I think that'll be a war, bro.
Minnesota's so good.
Yeah, that'll be a
banging
war.
out respawns, bro.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, back to winners.
So here we go.
Optic versus
Optic
Thieves. Oof. I mean, it's going game 5, bro.
I gotta say Optic 3-2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I got Phase 3-1 in this, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I
Which-
think Ultra could take the S&D maybe. Or,
Yeah. Or the first hard point, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Toronto versus Ravens. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I say Toronto 3-2 or 3-1. What?
I kind of feel like the Ravens, bro.
Nah.
You not feeling the Ravens?
I'm not. I just think Toronto's a better camp.
All right.
I think Vivid is not bound for Sunday yet.
Yeah, that's true. Thieves 3-1.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I mean, they could easily come out and beat them just like they did, but I think on LAN, that's fine. So we got elimination. I'm thinking Thieves like 3-1.
Yeah. I have a feeling like by this point, they'll be frying. Frying.
If they get there,
Hydra will
they'll
be
PC.
in flow. Like, yeah, they'll be moving. Okay. Optic Phase for winners finals is gonna be insane.
Yeah, it is. They're gonna be on their shit, man. I mean, I gotta go Optic 3-2. I mean,
Fuck.
like I can't put my bias aside. I really can't. And then we got Thieves Phase. I think Phase take it. Map 5.
Yeah. Yep. And then last but not least, Optic Phase rematch in a best of 7.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, can we just put 3.5, 3.5?
Just a draw. A draw, but Optic wins.
I mean, I can't put my bias aside, bro. Like, fine. I mean, if that's what. I'll let you pick.
Yeah, no, yeah, pick FaZe, bro. Pick FaZe, bro.
Okay, fine.
FaZe is hot, bro. They're hot. They look really good in respawn.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
So
All right.
is this it? Do I have to submit or anything?
Is there a generate or like a submit thing?
Save predictions.
Submit.
Okay.
Yay.
So that's it.
Points we get.
So we got Optic
FaZe.
losing in a game 7. It's gonna be crazy heartbreaker, but they'll bounce back.
They'll bounce back.
They'll bounce back.
You know what we didn't think about in the early matches for Miami was home crowd.
Shit. I didn't think about that at all. Oh, dude, they totally beat LAG.
Not against Optic though, but
they totally
beat
LAG.
That's fine. We have LAG.
I disagree. I bet
one,
it's an absolute heartbreaker. They lose the day 1 out, gone, or day 2 at home. Fans hella disappointed. It'll be on the dock.
No,
It'll be on their dock.
Day 1. It would be. Oh no, it starts Thursday, doesn't it?
Yeah, Friday's this game.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, we got FaZe winning. That's the next wave predictions. To go ahead and wrap up some COD talk, we're gonna look at the season 2 roadmap. So, starting in the top left here, we've got some new maps. Came out today as of us recording this, January 28th. We've got Bounty, Dealership as potential maps that could be added into the CDL rotation. We've seen the hardpoint rotation on the maps, and it doesn't look too promising, but at the same time, some of the maps we have right now are really bad. So if they're worth replacing, we're going to freaking replace them. Yeah. And then we got Lifeline, which looks like a smaller hijacked. Can also be a 2v2 map. And then we got Bullet Train and Grind, which is coming back, which also could be added into the competitive pool if it works out. Definitely one of my favorite maps from Black Ops 2.
Same.
And I hold skateboarding near and dear to my heart, so I'm biased to it. So super excited for that.
Real quick, I was watching Bounty gameplay today. Zuma was doing subscriber 8s, and from what I could tell,
not terrible.
It's still just kind of small. I feel like I don't know. There was like no routes to take really, but I only watched a couple games. Yeah. So we'll see.
We got Gun Game coming, which is great. I'm a huge fan of Gun Game. Mm-hmm. Not too sure what Overdrive is. Do you know what that is?
Nope.
We got Third Wheel Gunfight, which I'm assuming is 3v3. Couples Dance Off. I have no idea what that's going to be. Maybe you shoot someone, they start emoting or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then obviously ranked play camos, a new perk which takes away double sprint, which takes away tack sprint, and you just sprint normally a little bit faster, I think. War Machine score streak, and some other stuff coming as well. New zombie maps, which I definitely want to play, called The Tomb. Looks pretty cool. The Staff of Ice from Origins is back and involved. And we got some more zombie stuff.
Yeah, that'll be
Gobblegums and whatnot. Warzone, definitely in a bad state right now, and they need some help. But got some perks coming and some overall movement and weapon balancing. The new weapons coming, which I've already seen people using the PPSH. We had the Cypher, which I saw Octane tweet that it needs to go.
Yeah.
Apparently it's broken. The Fang, which is an LMG, kind of looks like a more of that lightweight mobile SMG, and then we got the TR2, which is the FAL, and then we've got some other weapon attachments on the right coming. An underbarrel crossbow looks absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
And then obviously we got operators, bundles, events, and all that coming. So what I'm most excited for the competitive community is the updates to ranked play. They're allowing console to now play console only, so they don't have to worry about cheaters, which is good for content creation and just ranked play players. And then hopefully they talked about anti-cheat updates, so hopefully that can help, but it hasn't in the past. But we'll see. I'm excited to see what new maps get put into the meta. Really.
Yeah, same. But
cool.
Yeah, as soon as we're done here, I'm down to run it.
I'm down to run it.
Go see some bounty.
All right. To end episode 52, our coin segment, pick and bans. let's wrap this episode up with pick and bans, where me and Dak pick and ban something from recency and dwell on it. So I'll go ahead and start us off. My pick is Apex Champs. Started right now, about 15 minutes ago, about half an hour ago. Been watching the scrims for it, all the practice. Big fan of Apex competitive, and Champs starts today. So I'm excited to watch some of these guys battle it out.
Heck yeah. Who's your squad? Who you got?
I got Falcons, obviously. Introduced to competitive through watching Hal's streams. So I've always been a fan of him when he was on TSM, and just followed him to this new team with Zero and Waltzy. So watching them, and then if not for them, probably 100 Thieves, just because of 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
But which is Timmy Designful and Jen Burton.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're pretty good.
So have you heard anything about what Envy plans to do? Or are they in this tournament?
Envy is not.
Didn't they pick up Dropped?
Yeah, I don't think they qualified for champs.
Gotcha. Because it's just too late.
So they're not involved, because there's only it's international, so there's only a certain amount of NA teams.
Okay, gotcha.
I think there's 10 or 20 NA teams.
Huh.
So they didn't make it.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, my pick is just some of the coaching hires going on in the NFL right now. You know, we've had some really good hires. I think some teams got better. You know, the Bears got Ben Johnson. That was huge for us.
Yep.
You guys got Schottenheimer.
Which I don't hate.
His dad is like a legendary coach. Coached the Bengals back in the day.
Jerry did selfishly bring up that in an interview, and it's true. This is outside of his comfort zone. Like, he's trying to say, like, I'm showing the fans that I'm not going to do the same decisions, because, like, prior to Mike McCarthy, who had insane coaching experience, we had Jason Garrett, who had coaching experience, and then we had Wade Phillips, who had coaching experience, and then it goes back and back to legendary coaches. So he is stepping out of his comfort zone a little bit and hiring someone with zero coaching experience, head coaching at least. And, I mean, the only thing that kind of scares me is that he was our offensive coordinator and got play calling duties taken away from him. But it's also Mike McCarthy, who's also can be selfish. So who knows?
There might have also been Mike trying to save his job.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Okay, cool. Well, my ban is actually a coaching hire. My ban is Liam Cohen and his cringy ass NPC press conference and his really poor Duval. Duval.
He said, "Wait, what did you say before?" Bad. He was like, "Yeah, I guess we'll try this." Duval.
He was like, "Hey Jags fans," or something.
Yeah.
Duval. It was like, dude, are you reading a mystery poem? Like, what is going on here? Like, it was so cringe and so NPC. Like, it was just super funny and a bad look to start. But like, I mean, like, obviously we gotta wait and see, because he's been on good teams. Like, he was on the Rams, he was on the Bucks. Like, he's had good like coaching stints. So we gotta see how he produces as a coach. But like, if that's your first impression, you're like, I'm playing for this guy.
Yeah. So his track record is interesting though. Like, apparently he was with the Rams. He was at Kentucky with Will Levis, and then he was with Baker at the Bucks this last season. So like, he might be one of those weird genius offensive dudes, like a Mike McDaniel type. Like, he's just a weirdo head coach, but he knows how to, call some plays.
And it sounds like he's a McVay product, which those people like Kevin O'Connell have done very well for themselves. I'm pretty sure Ben Johnson was also a McVay product. I could be totally wrong on that. But, usually people that are under McVay that end up climbing the coaching ladder end up doing pretty good. So
yeah. Well,
what's your ban?
That.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You had Liam Cohen?
Yeah, that was my ban.
That's fucking hilarious. Cool. That's two birds, one stone right there.
I was going to say, please tell me you saw the video of him getting his office for the first time.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you need to see it. It's better than the Duval.
I'll look right after this. Oh, God.
Oh, man, it's better than the Duval. He's like, this is awesome. This is really neat. Wow.
Oh, God. I can already see it right now. God. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 52 of the Next Wave podcast. Make sure to tune in next week as we look back at Major One and any other gaming news in the gaming stratosphere. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and we'll see y'all next time. Doses.